we as a staff and as a team, obviously we watched it last night as a staff. As you break down the game film, so it was just a unfortunate call. As you know, one call doesn't decide a game, but it was a big call. That obviously we go to overtime. You never know what could happen, and those sorts of things. But at the end of the day, our focus is on getting better as a team. But as you know, that was a big call, and it could have changed the course of the outcome of that game. But at the end of the day, we want to focus on getting better as a team.
And then obviously you guys, beat Rutgers last time, but I wonder, as you evaluate the film from that first matchup, what you guys think you can build on or do better against that opponent in particular, maybe defensively, I guess, going into this one.
Yeah, man, and as you know, we broke down our game from last night. We're diving into Rutgers, and that's also a game we did not have ice as well. So I think it's one of our better defenders that we will have, that we will be able to utilize. But man, I tell you, no matter who we play right now, it's about us, sticking to our defensive principles and do the things that we do on a daily basis, and just be better and sustain the effort. And I know that seemed like a simple answer, but at the end of the day, that's what we have to do. We have to do what we do and be better at it and sustain an effort. And if we do that, we will get the results we want, because we have a good team, and we're not going to lose sight of that. We just got to get better and continue to work like every team, a lot of teams in the country right now at this time of year.
All right, we'll go over to Jack Emerson with Timmy Hall on deck. Jack.
Hey, Coach. We've talked a lot about Bryce's emergence on the offensive end, but that's come with some questions of him on the defensive side of things. What has been your kind of assessment of him so far through his career?
Yeah, he's a guy like a lot of young guys just got to continue to get better. He's a hard worker. He takes coaching. He watches film. Like a lot of young guys, who hasn't been through it. Just got to get better. But not just him. Or like I said, it's us as a team. And as a staff, we're going to continue to work to put them in position to be successful. But at the end of the day, it's a work in progress, and he's willing to put in the work. And like I said, if we do that, we will get the results that we need.
All right, looks like we got Timmy Hall up next. Timmy.
Hey, Jack, thanks for doing this, man. Just going back to what Adam was asking earlier about defense, and after watching last night, maybe later in the Maryland game too, is it more of communication and getting these guys to accept coaching so their awareness is better on defense, or is it more of just every player, who's played the game, you talk about how defense is more of an effort thing and a nastiness and an edge type of deal. Is it like trying to get these guys to like go in and find like the inner dog in them, or which is the more of the bigger issue there?
I think a bigger issue, and everything what you just said is, we're going to continue to work at, and I just sustaining the effort. I think you're talking 40 minutes of, doing your job and doing it at a high level. And I like I said, we go, like last night, we start the game out with 2 stops in a row, where scouting report things is, sometimes when you don't know, there's certain guys that you want taking perimeter shots, and, that we're helping off of or doing those sorts of things. But we start the game out with 2 stops last night. That's how you want to start a game. But then there's stretches where we don't get the necessary stops. So at the end of the day, it's sustaining the effort and being better at what we do. Like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm simplifying or don't want to answer your question, but I just think it's a situation where we have to be better at what we do. And if it's sustaining the effort, if it's being more physical on a block out, if it's keeping a guy out the paint, those are the things that we have to do, and we're going to continue to work at. And as a team, and as a, you know, a fairly young team with older guys who are still gelling. And, you know, it was unfortunate Zed got hurt. You know, it was unfortunate Ice wasn't around for 3 or so games. So like, those are the things that we're going to continue to work at. And I think if we can just continue to stay the course and stay together, we will be fine.
Coach Sean McNeil's comments made some headlines last night, kind of the way he took it and, you know, what he thought about the performance. Do you like that sort of thing when a player will come out there and kind of take that onus and call some people out, you know, including himself, type of deal?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what he said.
Oh, it was just he mentioned something about how they got to, you know, cut the water off after they get the lead, and how he just didn't think that they had the energy from Jump Street. Basically,
Okay.
that's more what he said.
Yeah, but it's good when you have an older guy. You know, he's taking some ownership, and I'm assuming he feel like he could have done some things better. You know, across the board. You know, I tell the guys all the time, we all going to make mistakes, but let's do it together, and let's put forth the effort that we all can be proud of. And we have a good group. Man, you know, we have a good group, and we're going to continue to work at it. And for Sean to say that, I know he's probably, you know, thinking of some things that he could have done better. So and that's where we're at as a team, as a one, you know, as a unit. We just got to sustain a effort and be better at what we do.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we'll go a couple follow-ups here with Adam Jardy and then Andy Backstrom. Adam.
Jack, being your first year with Ohio State, I think we're all still kind of getting a feel for maybe you know, some of your philosophies and styles and things like that. When you talk about you've just got to be better at what you do,
Yeah.
How would you define what you want this defense to be able to do?
Yeah, we want to make it difficult for the other team to score. You know, you want them to earn it, and that's what, you know, contested twos, where we're there. And then, you know, we do have to do a better job finishing plays with rebounds, you know, and containing the dribble. You know, we want to be a team that don't give up points in transition. You know, and you want teams to score over the top of you. I know, like, a few times they're like, thought a play that sticks out to me, Tanner Holden does a great job fighting over 2 stagger screens, and he cuts Battle off, and Battle step backs and hit a 3. Those count, man. You know, he's on scholarship for a reason. That was a tough play. You tap your hat off to him, but can they make that consistently? Can we make that where they're working to earn a basket like that consistently is what we want to do as a team.
And again, like to think about where you guys were a week ago going into Purdue, and you know, knowing that was going to be a battle, but just kind of where things sat. Now you've got a 3-game losing streak going into Rutgers. What do you look for in a team to answer in the right way and find a way to make this game on Sunday maybe the point where the season turns around instead of a 4th straight loss? Like, what does it take on a short turnaround like this from a locker room to try to find a way?
Yeah, it's going to require high level of togetherness. No doubt about it. You're going to go into a place where it's going to, you know, they're going to be up for us, and we should be, you know, looking forward to the opportunity to plan someone else. But it's going to require all of us, you know, as a team, to be locked in and do our jobs and do it at a high level. So that's what it's going to require going into a venue like that. And obviously, you know, we wanted our place against them in the fashion that we won, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be up for it, and we're going to have to definitely respond to that and be ready to play.
All right, we'll finish up with Andy Backstrom. Andy.
It's been a whirlwind of a week for Felix, you know, going from playing 30 minutes against #1 team in the country to then making his first career start to then only playing 7 minutes last night. What has his response been during this time, and what kind of conversations have you had with him to kind of keep his mind right?
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy, obviously, that works extremely hard in regards to Felix. You know, he's a guy that's going to show up every day and give you everything he got in my opinion. But he's a guy that's got to stay the course. You know, as if he does that, he's going to be more than fine. You know, if you know when his number's called, you just got to be ready to go. And you're right. You know, you go play 30 minutes and you play the minutes that he played, and you know he's just got to be ready. And you know, consistently he's been, you know, doing the things that we need him to do to get himself ready to play games. And you know, it's in practice as well. You know, you show it in practice and then carry over to the games. But Felix is the guy that, you know, we don't have to worry about. That's, you know, some guys that could be, you know, in his feelings or something like that. Felix is not that way. He's a guy that's all about the team.
All right, and looks like Adam jumping in one more.
Yeah, if I could just throw one more out, because I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I got a lot of messages from people that watched the broadcast last night, and obviously the all access with the coaches being mic'd up. I just wonder what kind of impact that maybe had on communication. Did that force you guys to do anything differently because you don't want your calls being on a national broadcast? Like, did that change anything about how, as a coaching staff, you had to approach this game?
I think as a staff, we want to keep it as normal as possible. You know, we wanted to, you know, go about our business the same way. It was a little different, you know, with cameras in your huddles and those sorts of things, but we want to keep the game, you know, just be us, you know, and try to, you know, do the necessary things that we could to win the game.
Thank you.
All right. Coach, thank you. Guys, thanks
Okay.
for jumping on here today too.
All right, guys, have a good one. Thank you.
You too.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, fellas.
It's a nice room you got there, Gary. It's a lot of badges.
Yeah. What would you do with these badges, right? The credentials, what do I do with them? Hang them on the cube wall. And
if you were making a bar at home, you could throw those under the bar and then like laminate the top of it. That could
right.
be something.
That's not even all of them too. The bottom row is the Wake Forest ones.
Man,
Blocking.
man's seen every gym in college basketball.
Not quite. I have seen your gym over at Fog Island, but it was only for a women's game.
Look
So I
at
haven't kept it
Adam's
full.
wall there.
That's
Good Lord.
it's the best thing I could think of.
The same way. Yeah. Love it. It's going to get heavy with all the lanyards. I'll throw those away.
At some point, it's going to fall off the wall.
I know. I hope you
Yeah.
use drywall anchors there because that's a lot of weight. You get into that weight limit.
You kidding me? I don't know how to do drywall anchors.
Oh boy. If you can't do that, you can't do anything around the house.
I mean, I'm a writer for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, I still have the Christmas thing up. That's bad.
I wasn't going to
Yeah.
say anything.
I just noticed that when I turned the camera on. I said, "Oh shit, there's a Christmas tree that's still up there, caught."
I'm still that guy with the Christmas lights on the house. I got to get that off on Saturday before we head up to Rutgers. My boys like it, but I don't think the neighbors care for it too much either. But I did talk to the shot staff. They are going to staff that room, the post-game interview room on Monday, this Monday with Martin Luther King Day and Monday for President's Day in February. So plan on every Monday after Holt's radio show. He's going to go every Monday through middle of March through the Big Ten tournament, leading into that would be the Monday before, knock on wood, postseason tournament, NCAA tournament. He'll go every Monday from there. So plan on every Monday at 1:00, getting him after the radio show in that post-game interview room.
Cool. All right, guys.
All right.
That was good.
Cool. Thanks, guys. See you.
Thanks.
Yep.